I bought my headset back in January of 2021, and I have enjoyed it over the past year and a bit more. It's almost 2 years. I mean, it will be 2 years in January of 23. But recently, when I put the headset on charge, I walked, went away and came back, and many hours later, it's still charging. But it was a little bit strange, so I took a look in the headset, tapped the button to see what is taking place, and I see that it's showing 100%. Yet, the dots are still there, showing that it's still charging. This was kind of strange. So I unplugged the headset and tapped the button to see what the charge was, and it was at 53%. I plugged it back in again, and it continued to start charging. And reached 100%, and the same problem took place again another day. So I contacted Meta. And prior to my contacting Meta, after looking into this problem, I did all the necessary steps to see if it can be resolved, like going to the boot menu and restoring its factory default, and nothing helped. When I contacted Meta, they sent me through the steps. We even tried a different charger on it. Nothing helped. So they informed me that it would have to be returned to them, and they'll replace it. But when asked about where I purchased it, I told them Micro Center, and they said, oh, that's a problem because Micro Center is not an authorized dealer. He says he's going to check on it to see if he can get it, approved. And unfortunately, he came back another day and told me it was not approved for replacement, and he was sorry. So apparently, if you purchase the headset from an approved dealer, even though it's past the warranty, they will replace the headset for you if you have this problem. And I've read that other people have had that take place. And if you're having this problem and they approve a replacement for it, I would take it if I was you, because I've discovered that the problem is the battery. Many people have been saying it's a faulty connection on the plug, or it's a software issue, that it's first started happening during an upgrade, which is, to me, sounded kind of ridiculous. That's like saying, to me, it's like saying, well, I had a flat tire in my car and I changed the tire, and now my alternator went bad, so it has something to do with my changing the tire. No, it's just coincidence. You can't blame the upgrade for this. That's not what causes this problem. It's the battery. Or maybe a reset might help. But I don't even think that's a good solution, because I think if you had this problem, the battery is either weak or on its way out. And sure enough, I replaced the battery, and guess what? Now it's working perfect. And here's a picture of the battery, and this is what it looks like. This is the old one, and it's a little bit mangled. I've unscrewed it, and took the cover off. As you could see, this is what the battery looks like underneath the cover. It's quite well designed. It's that plastic container is really tough material, and it has that metal cover on it. Now you can see that here there's a sensor that's going to the cable, and I imagine that sensor is for heat or something. I'm not quite sure what the sensor is actually doing, but this is what you have. This is the battery, and that's the back view. That's to give you an idea of the size of this thing. It's a 12-ounce bottle of Pepto-Bismol. I mean, I couldn't think of what else to put next to it. Could have put something else. But anyway, it's not very big. It's a very small and very lightweight battery. And to tell you the truth, I think of, and this was a lot of work to replace this thing. And I think that if they were going to make this headset with a battery that only would last 2 years, I think they should have made it so that this battery is easier to replace. But unfortunately, I guess they rushed this thing to market and didn't think about replacing this battery. Or maybe they thought the battery would last longer. I don't know. In any event, mine lasted almost 2 years. Now, maybe it went bad because I use it a lot. These batteries will go bad if you use them, if you charge them too often, and they also go bad if you don't use them at all. So, I mean, I've had rechargeable batteries that went bad because I went back to the unit maybe a year and a half or 2 years later, and the battery was dead and you couldn't charge it. They just go bad from not use. And so either one or the other caused this battery to die. In my case, it was overused. I mean, I've been playing this a lot, especially making the videos on YouTube. In any event, this is what we see when I look into the lens. Notice the 3 dots. That's actually moving, and I managed to get this picture showing 100% even though it's not charged. And then on the side of the headset, you would see an orange light showing that it's still charging. Now here's a video, and you could see it looks like it's trying to charge, but it's showing 100%. Now, if you're having this problem, I would say most likely this is a battery problem, and the battery is going bad. Now, if you want to check it a little bit further, my battery, I tested it before I changed it. I charged it to 100% and played it, a game until it got down to 5%. That was approximately 55 minutes. Maybe a little bit longer. Could have been 58 minutes. Under an hour. Just under an hour. Whereas with the new battery, from 100% down to 5%, it lasted 1 hour and 52 minutes. And that's almost 100% improvement. So I would check yours to see how long it's actually lasting. Now, in my case, I'm using a high-end video card at the maximum resolution, so it's going to drain the battery faster. If you're using a video card like a RTX 2060 or lower, it will probably last a lot longer normally. Maybe you'll get as much as, because they say you can get as much as 3 hours with a new battery. So if you're getting a very, very short period of time before the battery discharges completely. Yeah, and that's definitely a battery. Another thing is that it also took longer to charge the battery, the old one, than the new one. The new one charges much faster than the old one did. So basically, that's about it. The solution to the problem is replace the battery. If you're seeing this problem, it's not a software issue. It has nothing to do with an upgrade. You can try a reset, which maybe will allow yours to last a bit longer, but I still suspect that the battery is the main cause of the issue. And why it's doing this is either the sensor is causing it to stop, or it's that it's charging too slowly, and the headset is thinking that it must be completed. So I'm not sure. You have to ask Meta, basically, what they think the problem is, and they're probably not going to tell you. So if you can get your replacement, get it. Otherwise, you're going to have to bring it to a repair shop and have the battery replaced by a professional. It's not easy. I mean, this is one headache. It took me many hours to replace this battery. I am a technician. I've had many years' experience in electronic repair. More than 20 years. I also have experience in assembling computers, and I'm also a software engineer. All right, that's about it. And I hope this is informative, and that's the story. If you have this problem, most likely it's the battery.